Getting nice and sharp images is ideally what every photographer wants from their photo shoots. But even if you've done everything right in camera, you shot at the right shutter speed to remove motion blur, and you shot at the right aperture to get nice and sharp corners, your photos can still look quite soft. But why? Well, today I'm going to show you how you can easily sharpen your subject without over-sharpening your image and making your photos look gritty in Lightroom. And I'm going to start right now. Now, to show you what I mean, I've got two images, and both of them suffer from the same problem. They just don't look tack sharp, even though all of the camera settings are correct. So this is the first photo. It's a photo of a bunny, and if I go ahead and zoom into 200%, the eyes are nice in focus. But look at the fur, it just looks quite soft, especially in the face and especially in the body. It's just not sharp enough, especially versus the actual in-focus areas, which are the eyes. And again, this is photo 2. It's a photo of a great crested grebe. And again, if I zoom into 200%, yes, the face is nice and in focus, but the feathers around it are sharp in certain areas, but other areas look soft. Yet again, I shot this at 3200th of a second, so really fast shutter speed. So there definitely isn't motion blur in either photo 1 or photo 2. Now, there are a few global changes that we can make. The problem is, if you go too far with these sliders to really sharpen the image, it can make your photo look quite gritty, especially if you've got a large area that is out of focus, which is true for both photo 1 of the bunny and photo 2 of the bird. So what can we do to better balance this? Well, there are two global sliders I was firstly look at. So the first one is obviously in the details panel, and right at the top here we've got sharpening. What I recommend doing is zooming into an area with a good amount of detail, and then simply go to the amount slider and go ahead and increase it. And already that's pretty much fixed a lot of the issues I had with this photo. The problem is, if we now go to the background, well, ISO grain is really starting to appear. And that's when we want to use our masking slider in our sharpening. If you go ahead and increase that, what it will do is Lightroom will look at the areas that are in focus and the area of the photo that aren't in focus, and only add that sharpening effect to the areas that Lightroom thinks are in focus. The problem is, it is just a simple slider. We have not much control over it, which is where our masking step will really help out. Now, once you've done that, another tip you can do is go to your basics panel and drop down to where you can see it says clarity. Now, I've in fact reduced the clarity of this photo, and I do that with a lot of my images, which is where that softness might be coming from. The problem is, I don't want to increase it because it will actually create a bit more of a grittier look to the background. So what can we do? How can we sharpen our subject while having nice soft background? Well, that is where we can use masks. So what I'll do is I'll jump over to my masking panel. Now, I've already created two masks, a darken mask and a brighten mask, but this time we want to create a subject mask. So what I'm gonna do is create a new mask and simply go ahead and select subject. Now, sometimes it does an okay job, other times it does a terrible job. In this particular case, it's done a perfect job, but if it hasn't worked for you, don't use the subject mask, use the object mask, especially if you're using this for wildlife. Once you've made that mask, simply go down to where you can see it says clarity, and this is where we can add in that clarity back in again, but only to the subject. So then we've got the best of both worlds. We've got a negative clarity effect to the background, where we've got a positive clarity effect, making that image look sharper on our subject. So for example, what I might do is actually increase this back to 20. So we've re-added in that sharpness. And actually, if I zoom to 100%, that's really worked. If I do the before and after of just this one mask, we do the before and after, it has made that bunny look so much sharper. Now, if you've got a photo with eyes, one more thing you could do is actually create an eye mask. Now, when you look at a photo, especially for the very first time, where your eyes go to is usually the eyes. So if we sharpen just that small area, the overall image will just look naturally sharper, even though we might have only sharpened 5% of the photo. It's actually a really useful trick that I do with a lot of my wildlife photos, as well with a lot of my portrait photos. Now, to do that, especially for wildlife, there isn't a magic mask that we can use. Instead, what I'm going to do is create a new mask. This time I'm going to go ahead and select object. I'm going to select one eye here. Hopefully it does a pretty good job. It's done an okay job. And then obviously we've got two eyes in this image, so I'm going to go click add. I'm going to go ahead and click select object. and then select the second eye. I'm gonna go ahead like so. Now we've got an evil bunny, at least with our overlay selected. So now all I'm gonna do is simply go to my contrast here. I'm gonna go ahead and increase that. I might increase the brightness of the whites, darken the blacks here, so decrease those. I might also increase the saturation, just a small amount, maybe around about 5. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is go to that clarity there and also increase that probably to around 10. And that tiny mask is overall made this photo look incredibly sharp. So they're the two masks that I personally would create. I'd create an overall subject mask and increase the clarity, and then I would create an eye mask to increase the sharpness of the eyes if they are what's in focus. And this doesn't just work for photo 1, but also for photo 2. Again, I've created a few masks here, but I haven't actually created a subject mask. So instead I'm gonna go ahead, create a new mask. I'm gonna go ahead and down to select object this time, because I know it doesn't work with this bird selecting the subject for some bizarre reason. I'm gonna go ahead and select the bird, as you can see if it's done a pretty good job. It has done, and as you can see, it hasn't selected the reflection, which is what the issue was originally when I actually selected the subject. And then I'm simply gonna go to my clarity here. I'm going to head and again increase it to around +20. And look at the difference. It looks so much sharper without, we realistically haven't really done much. All we've done is made one mask and one change within that mask. And again, if I show you the before and after, again, you can go further because that mask is fairly small. For example, we could go to a clarity of 40. And look how sharp that bird looks while the photo still looks natural. It doesn't look gritty. And it definitely would do if we made those clarity changes globally instead of using masks. So if you're struggling finding the right sharpening effect without making your photo look gritty, highly recommend using masks in Lightroom. Here is the before, and then here is the after with that one mask and one slider applied.